Hello, I'm Mario, and today's video is an update video for the channel. And what I want to do is, well, there are 3 items that I've shifted in as a priority, just objectives that I need to take care of. So one of those is I'm heading towards Texas, and there are a couple other ones, and I want to go over that stuff. But where I'm at right now, this is a national wildlife refuge, and specifically this is the White River National Wildlife Refuge. The visitor center is closed because they're working on restricted hours, so kind of a skeleton crew. But the park's open, and I do want to kind of head over and check out one of the trails over here. But yeah, so this is so as I mentioned, I am heading towards Texas. So right now I am west of the Mississippi River, well, just west of the Mississippi River. And this point of interest right here, this is part of many points of interest that are part of the Great River Road Network. I think I said that correctly. And yeah, so I think it's like a couple thousand miles, but all the way up at Canada, and then heading all the way down to the Gulf, following the Mississippi River, there are scenic byways. And then so there's scenic byways all across the nation that are supported by the United States Department of Transportation, so National Scenic Byway Network. But this is a specific group of scenic byway networks that are well, regional to the Mississippi River. And so at any rate, there's a program, the Great River Road Network, and yeah, they highlight a bunch of points of interest, yeah, this being one of them. And so yeah, let's head on over here and take a look at this trail. So I'm just a few feet from the visitor center parking area, and there's this little trail right here, and you can drive a couple miles, and I don't know, there's a river nearby. You can drive a couple miles, and there's actually, you know what, for this wildlife refuge, it's kind of interesting because there are several spots that you can access with your car, with your vehicle. I don't think you need any special equipment, but a lot of wildlife reserves that are maybe sponsored by a specific state or something, they're very restrictive about people going inside at all. So this isn't really like that, and so that's kind of cool. Got this nice little wooded area. You could just take a little walk. So at any rate, yeah, as I mentioned, this is an update video, and what I wanted to do was explain what it is that I'm working on. It's been a few days since I've posted a video, and so there's a few things going on. One, I'm heading to Texas. I think I have some business to take care of there, and I'm actually going to, well, I anticipate actually meeting with a client, physically meeting with a client. And so, yeah, I even bought a new shirt. Well, I'm just kidding. I bought several of these. And so, so I think I'm ready. And, but yeah, so the idea is I want to head over to Texas, and I'm kind of taking my time still, but there's a couple other things that I do need to take care of. So some of you are aware that I had a suspension kit installed on the front of my Chevy Colorado. And I never really mentioned it, but I had issues with the actual install. So the people that did the labor to do the install, they did something that I didn't like, and I had that addressed by another mechanic. And so the other mechanic, they did what needed to be done short of something that I'm going to be doing in the near future. And so basically what it is that there's a differential in the front. There's a front differential. It's part of the four-wheel drive system, and there's 3 bolts that basically secure this front differential to the truck. And one of the spacers for the differential drop was originally installed upside down and then also inverted but rotated 180 degrees. So it was it's supposed to be inserted a certain supposed to be oriented a certain way, And so that's what the other people that I hired, they turned that back around, but they didn't look at the other 2 bolts that were holding the system down. And so at any rate, I went ahead and I bought some tools. I'm going to take it upon myself to just make sure that that front differential is actually sitting and is fastened to the truck as level as possible. It's been a real thorn in the side. So at any rate, I'll go into details on that, but hopefully I'll have success with all of that, and I'll go into more details on that. And so so yeah, that's one objective in addition to going to Texas. And then so the third thing that I want to try to take care of is the bed in my travel trailer. Well, the lack of bed in my travel trailer. So the GeoPro, I mean, I took the jackknife sofas out, and I've been sleeping on the kitchen floor on a bedroll. And I mean, it's been working. It hasn't been terrible, but what I'm trying to do is come up with a solution to facilitate spending one night, as an example, in the travel trailer and then leaving very early the next morning. So setting up and breaking down isn't terrible. Sleeping on the kitchen floor, I mean, it's just a bedroll, so I put a mattress out, you know, so on and so forth. But what I'm shooting for, what I'm aiming for here, is just to have a bed on a platform that's just always there. So I can just basically, you know, I can flop on it real quick and get up, and I don't have to worry about moving stuff around. So that's the next objective. And I think I've identified readily available things for a quick and dirty solution. And then so I think that's probably about it as far as describing it. Like I said, the idea is that I have these things that I need to take care of, and yeah, I just wanted to mention it to you guys and bring you up to date as far as what's going on. And that's it. I'll hopefully have videos. That's the anticipation. I need to take care of those things for myself, but I also want to try to document it on video. So that's the objective. If I goof up on one or all three, don't persecute me. Yeah, I've been having fun, man. I like coming across places like this. This is pretty cool. Yeah. So when I stopped here, basically it was just I knew I was in the reserve, in the wildlife reserve area. So I was kind of not driving slow, but I wasn't trying to go too fast, and pay attention to the brown signs. And then, yeah, so I saw one of the brown signs and it was saying visitor center, and I was like, perfect. Stop off here, made a sandwich, and gave me an opportunity to shoot this video. And then, so now I'm back on the road. And by the way, I don't know where I'm going, other than I put something, I kind of like closed my eyes, and I didn't really close my eyes, but I grabbed a spot on the map and just punched it into the GPS and I'm heading that direction. And I will probably bypass that, but when I get closer to that spot, then I'll kind of reassess and yeah, see if I can maybe head more in the direction of going west. The weather's been really nice. Been really liking it. I spotted a couple of birds going through here. This is pretty cool place. I couldn't really ID the birds, but I know I saw 2 birds that were birds of prey. One was rather large. So at any rate, yeah, last night I stayed at a Harvest Host. Spent the night, one night there. Got up in the morning, had a conference call, and I've been hitting the road since. And so the Harvest Host that I stayed at was it was a golf course. I did one other golf course before with Harvest Host. I haven't done a lot of Harvest Hosts. 2 of them have been golf courses. I think I prefer the breweries to the golf course. I don't know how to golf, but I should probably try. I'll tell you what, if I could find a place to store it, I would buy a driver, and then that way I could go out and you know, I could try to hit a bucket, right? But anyway, that's not one of the main objectives. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, and I hope you enjoy this type of content. Like I said, the objective here is just to communicate to you, pardon, is just to communicate to you guys, you know, what's going on, keep you in the loop, and yeah, maybe even share places like this. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.